Sorry guys. Okay, perfect. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of WhiskefyTV. I am your host, Jez, and tonight I have two bottles that I'm rather excited about. As per usual, I'm always excited about whiskies. I want to try a new format out tonight. Just before I kick it off, I'm going to basically break down one bottle at a time, so I'm not constantly chopping and changing, and then when it comes to the tasting, I'll do it as per normal, just each of the bottles individually. So I'll basically give you guys what it is, what its usually what its age is, what its price is, and a little bit on how they make it. So I want to try that. Let me know how you think it is in the comments. If you want to, see me change it, I'm happy to change it. Open to suggestions. So I'll kick it off with the first bottle for tonight, and I guess the more expensive of the two. It is the Dalmore 12-year-old Highland Scotch. Just want to hold it up there for you guys so you can get a good look. As you may notice, it is a little bit off center, as it was pointed out to me. I thought that was rather funny. So what I can tell you about this one is, as you saw, it's 12 years old. It's come from Scotland, as it's a Scottish whiskey. Now, this whiskey is in ex-bourbon barrels for 9 years, and then it's finished for an extra 3 years in ex-sherry casks. And then it's bottled and shipped all over the world with a magical price point of $110. As you may have guessed, because I forgot to say it, it's made by the company, the Dalmore. It's super simple stuff, but with the characteristics of it being ex-bourbon and ex-sherry, I'm expecting it to have like a lot of fruity notes in there and plenty of good aromas and taste and all that sort of stuff we care about in a good Scotch. But on the other hand, so on my right, your left, you're going to find me holding a bottle of Jameson Black Barrel. Now this stuff is from the Jameson family. It is aged anywhere between 8 to 16 years. And it is aged between a ex-bourbon and ex-sherry cask, the same as the Dalmore, but it is an Irish whiskey. So I thought these two would be excellent together tonight because, they're going to share the same characteristics, but they're on two different sides, I guess. Now, both of these 40% alcohol, so we're playing with the same amount. This one is aged just a little bit longer, but it's also like blended as well, because you're going to be getting anywhere between the 8 and the 16 years. So super keen to crack into this. This is $77 a bottle. So yeah, I'm keen to crack in. So delicious, cool water. Now, I haven't opened this one yet, so I'm excited to kind of... Okay, cool. It's just a foil top right there. So it is cork sealed. A beautiful, it's like a ruby almost. It's not like your typical, let's say, it's more of a ruby color, I guess. But we'll see what it comes out like in the glass. So just opening that cork for the first time, and I'm getting a couple of fruity notes there. I'll just get that bad boy. Good. pour on that sucker. It smells absolutely delightful. That cork goes in real easy too. So, since it's a Scotch best served neat. I just want to get a good look at that colour. It's got beautiful colour there. A couple of chunkies in the bottom as well. Extra flavour, right? So, just giving it a good old sniff. Bit of a sniffy sniff. So it's funny, I'm getting some of the oak from the bourbon cask as well, but as I said, like earlier, just expecting some fruity notes out of this thing. So, keen to crack in. Wow. So on the tongue, it's rather, as I said, fruity. Kind of like a Christmas cake sort of vibe to it. Nice finish on it too. It's rather lasting. It doesn't. I've still got it, like after a little bit of water there, still got, it's from the sherry cask, I've still got that hanging around, which is good. It's good. It's always nice to get a lasting finish on a whiskey. That's good stuff. So it's got some great fruity notes in there. It's definitely perfect for sipping. I'm not getting much of an alcohol burn there either, which is it always goes down a treat. But yes, it's absolutely delicious. Let me see if I can see anything else online for it, so I'm not missing anything. Because this is no good, I'm sure you guys don't want to see me sitting here going through my phone. Alright, it's first. Yeah, that's basically it. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Okay, cool. I basically covered everything for it. Now moving on to the Jameson Black Barrel. I'm going to be expecting the same amount of thing, same amount of tones, the same amount of everything, but in a different bottle. But it'll be interesting to see how they play off against each other. One being an Irish whiskey, which is potentially aged a little bit longer. Wow. Okay, so just getting a good whiff of that straight off the bat. It just reminds me of cracking like a fresh bottle of bourbon. Like say opening a bottle of what would open, like a bottle of Maker's Mark or something like that. So plenty of oak characters there. It's perfect on the nose, and so that makes sense to you guys. I'm actually thinking the Jameson looks a lot lighter in colour, even though it's aged for longer. I can't remember whether I told you guys this or not, but the Jameson Black Barrel, the reason why it's called the Black Barrel is because they char the bourbon barrels twice to give it a very charred, toasted kind of flavour to it as well. I was just like looking at it and I'm like, I don't know if I told you guys that. There's nothing I can really tell you about this anyway, but at standard 22 standard drinks Australian, I guess, at 40% alcohol over 700 mils. So, getting a good sniffy sniff on this bad boy. I'm getting the fruity notes again. Kind of the Christmas cake vibe. Fruity. But I want to get a good sip, try and get some good flavours off this palate of mine, I guess. Okay, that's interesting. So, with this one, I'm getting a few more nutty flavours, but I'm still seeing that typical vanilla tone you'd see with a typical bourbon. So I'm not too sure whether this one spent more time in the ex-bourbon cask or sherry cask, like it's, you know, it's not really stipulated, but it is said that it's like up to 8 to 16 years. So, doesn't really stipulate where it spends most of its time. But yeah, so let's try and get some more flavours out of this for you. Standard spiciness there too, but it's not a rye. It's not as spicy as a rye, but I'm still getting a little bit of spice up the tip of the tongue there, which is nice. But other than that, these are just two great bottles of whiskey. So I'm super happy to try them. I got them from Dan Murphy's on their MDMs. So great buys if you want to get onto it this month. As I said, 110 a hit and 77 a hit. Perfect buys for, you know, Christmas gifts or anything like that, because we are getting close to Christmas. So, but yeah, I hope that this little session I had here for you was rather insightful. You learnt something, and if there's anything I can do to make this session any better for you guys, because that's what I'm doing it for. Like, I could sit here and drink whiskey all day, but I appreciate the love everyone's showing me on Instagram. I hit 115 followers a few days ago, so I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe, show your friends and family. It'll mean the world to me. Stay thirsty, Australia. Oh, this is Jez signing off. Stay thirsty, Australia. There you go. Ugh.